want to watch.
Cool.
There's always a lot of lives going on at the same time now, though. So we are live at the minute. There's so many lives that go on. A lot of people watch the replays now, I think. But so hi, Sherry. Nice to see you.
Bob.
Just see if there's anybody else going to knock on the door. So are you still in Spain at the minute or back in France?
Yes.
Hi, Patty.
I live in Madrid now.
Oh, you do? Okay. Nice. Busy, I should imagine, a busy city.
Yeah. Oh, Paris, yeah. A student from Barcelona.
Ah, lovely. Okay. So, we can get started then. So hello everybody that's here. It's lovely to have you here. So if you don't know me, I'm Sue Reid. So my publication is Confidence Matters. So I help people with their confidence because I think confidence matters. I help people with their self-belief. This is the third live I've done with Promise. So we did 2 last year when we were both quite new to this sort of thing. I think the last live I did with you, you had me jumping around and climbing all over the floor and all sorts, which was fun.
Depends on the workshop. Wellness workshop.
Yeah, so that was really good. So just for people, I want to go right back to the very beginning for you. But first of all, just tell people about your publication as it is at the minute.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My publication is called Mental Health Revolution. And I teach simple and effective self-care practices for mental health. So I'm a former Buddhist monk. Maybe we'll talk about my story in a minute. So of course I teach about meditation, but I also teach restorative movement, gentle breath work, diet, sleep, loving relationships. I teach a holistic approach to mental health. And I decided to focus on the stuff that we can each do ourselves, that's free, that's simple, that's backed up by science and holistically effective.
Yeah, and we'll get into that a bit deeper as we go along. But what I really like about what you do is it's very, very simple, and it's things that, you've got this checklist of things that people can do every day and just check them off. And, someday they'll tick them all off. Some days they'll only tick 1 or 2 off, but it all adds up, and you can track your progress as well, which is, it's extremely simple, and it's really obvious things like, eating properly, sleeping properly, doing meditation, that type of thing. So really, really good. But where I wanted to start, if it's okay with you, is to go right back to you. Not very long ago, you as a 16-year-old, it was only a few years ago, I know. And you realized something was wrong. So tell us about that. What happened?
Yeah, so when I was a teen, I went through psychosis. I had compulsive thoughts of self-hatred, actually. So that's why I'm also interested in your work. I was hearing voices, had hallucinations, was, all those emotions, all this mess inside that I couldn't make any sense of. And I was in a really dark place mentally, and I wasn't sure I would be able to survive, to be honest.
Yeah, and that must have been so scary for somebody so young. You then went to see a psychiatrist, is that right?
Yes, exactly. So that's the the birth story of my life mission. So usually when I tell this story, I say, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I experienced psychosis, because there's a blessing even in the worst life circumstances. As my teacher likes to say, the lotus needs to grow from the mud.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you also have your own story, Sue, that's making you so good right now at having people with their confidence. So I went through a psychiatrist and I asked him a simple question: how can I take care of myself on a daily basis? But because I was so confused, Heidi, I
Heidi.
was so
And hi,
confused.
Carolina, who joined just now.
Yes.
Carry on.
Um, but I was sure that somehow I must have been doing something wrong for me to feel so bad. I just didn't know how. So
Mm.
I thought this person, this psychiatrist, um, would know. It's such a simple question
Because he's a psychiatrist. Yeah, of course.
in his field of expertise. How can I take better care of my mental health on a daily basis? And he had no answer. Just pills, just diagnosis, just come back for more. So
Mm.
I didn't feel empowered. I didn't feel understood, and uh, I gave the pills a try, but I felt these were just a chemical crutch. This was not what sustainable healing should look like.
Hmm.
And I thought that I was young and that I'd be able to find stuff. So I just disconnected from the mainstream mental health care. I got into martial arts. I got into meditation and Buddhism, and I lived as a Buddhist monk for 16 years until coming back to lay life close to 2 years ago now, so that I
Mm.
could teach my way free from any social pressure, any tradition. Just put all the best stuff I've learned from Buddhism, from lifestyle medicine, neuroscience, psychology, and so on, and put it together and share it with the world. So that's what
Mm.
I'm doing.
Because it's amazing, I think, because like you're 16 and you go along to the psychiatrist and say, look, I've got all these issues. And the psychiatrist, because then, although they're trying to, do whatever psychiatrists do and talk to you and work out issues, you wanted to actually take care of yourself, to kind of take responsibility, I suppose, for your own health and your own life and say, right, how do I do this? And they said, I don't know. Like, just keep coming back for more medication and treatment, da da da. But you said, no, I don't want to do that. And you're only 16. What age did you join the monastery then? So how long were you working on
Um,
this before you joined?
I I came for the first time, so to one of my teachers' public talk when I was 17, I think.
Right,
Then I came to the monastery for the first time when I was 18, and I came back at age 19 to ordain.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and still, that's still really, really young. Um, and why did you think that would have the answer? What was it about that you thought this is going to help me?
Happy people.
Yeah.
Just seeing happy people. A whole group of happy people. So it's not just chance. They must have
Yeah.
something. And at that time, I didn't know anything about Buddhism. Yeah, I just saw happy people. They have some kind of secret sauce. Let me see what it is, and that's what I did.
I just love that. Like you're hearing all these voices, think you're going mad.
Yeah.
And then you think, okay, there's some happy people. I'll go and live with those.
Yes, exactly. Because around me, I was living in Paris, and I didn't see many happy people, including my teachers.
Right.
I was wondering why are they so keen on me becoming like them while they don't look super happy in life. Why would I want to fight and follow their curriculum?
Yeah.
Didn't make sense.
And so, how long did it take before you started to feel like a normal, for but one of a better word?
Yeah, um, it's not black and white. It's hard to say. Like, okay, after
Yeah.
254 days, um, but I was always more or less functional. I never had to be hospitalized, fortunately,
Mhm.
but I had lots of some kind of panic attacks or violence coming up inside, which scared me because I was always like the introvert, sensitive person,
Yeah.
and So with martial arts, I started to feel some energy flow, like some, because we are simulating violence in like self-defense, and there was good vibe in the dojo, good teacher. And many times I would leave. When I could come back home, I would cry, tears of healing, healing
Yes.
the body, and then going to the monastery, being with loving people in a safe environment, with nature. So of course, emotions ebbs and flow. There's actually, I was on Substack. Someone wrote this once. Healing is not a straight path up.
Mm.
It's more like spiral. So
Yeah.
you revisit the same themes over, but with time you visit them from a higher perspective, with more space, with more distance. Um, but yeah, to become normal, whatever that means,
Yeah.
I'd say maybe a year.
Okay.
And to then familiarize myself with actual deep peace, states of bliss, energy flow, all of those beautiful qualities that meditation can help us develop. Then yeah, a few more years. Of course, looking back, for me there was also the cultural distance, because my teacher was a 80-year-old monk from Vietnam. I
Mm.
was 20-year-old guy from France, and Buddhism came. Of course, my teacher did his best to learn French, to learn English, to learn Western culture, but there were still some things that I couldn't understand, that were far. So all of this digestion work, translation work, learning from other sources, and trying to simplify things took some time.
Mm.
And now I like to believe, or at least I try to present those all of those beautiful practices in more simple terms, lay terms, also scientific terms, and in a way that is both safe and result oriented for my students. So everyone is different,
Mm.
but yeah, that's basically
Brilliant.
the timeline.
Yeah, yeah, and one of the things that I really stayed with me is when I think, I don't know, I answered I put a comment on a note of yours, and you came back with, um, "This has to work, Sue, because there is no plan B." And I love that, because what I was hearing was like, I'm not going back to the monastery. I've got nothing else to, like, I haven't got any other like skills or anything I can use. I want to do this. I'm not going to go to a 9 to 5 job. I'm sure you've got loads of skills. I don't mean it like that. I mean, you don't want to go to a 9 to 5 job, but you want to do this business, and you clearly you hadn't done business before, so was all going to be new to you.
Yes.
But that was it. That was what you were going to go for, and nothing was going to stop you. That's what I heard from that. Did I hear that right? Or
Totally right. No plan
yeah.
B, just the plan A. When people ask me, what's your plan? So plan A is to make a living teaching those well-being skills to people. And plan B was to die of hunger trying to realize plan A. I said that sometimes to just people got the idea that don't, because it's really a life mission. I see that I have the skills. I've done my homework. I've studied a lot. I've studied Vietnamese. I learned Vietnamese to understand my teacher's teachings better, so I could read other books untranslated. I learned Pali, the language of the Buddha, not fluently, but I have strong foundation. I studied more than 8,000 original discourses of the Buddha to understand how he taught meditation. I studied and experimented with over 100 self-care modalities. So it's a long process. Even in my free time, I would just read books, understand, try new stuff, so that I will explore far and wide, and just keep the what I feel is the best.
Yeah.
Like I've done my homework. I've seen the results on myself. The wellness program that you mentioned, I've had a chance to also teach it a bit in the monastery. So I knew I had a product. I was meeting a need, and it would just be a matter of time for me to make a living out of it.
Mm. So was there a point in the monastery then? So you were already trying things out and teaching them, and presumably they worked with the monks. At what point did you think,
Lay students also. Yeah.
okay, students, okay. And at what point did you think, okay, I'm going to take this and make it into a business then? Why did you think that was important?
Um, I don't know if I would word it like this, like I'll make this into a business. It was more thinking I need to devote my full time to sharing this with the world. And because I'm helping people, because I'm contributing to society, then money should come.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, if you help society, you deserve to earn a living. So it took some trial and error to find a business model that's both ethical, because I don't want money to be an entry barrier.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have all of my articles, my videos, my app is all free. I do lots of workshops on a donation basis. This morning I just did one actually in Madrid. And then I have one-on-one coaching and hello Margaret, if you're hearing us, we see you. I do, and I just ran my first two in-person group retreats, which I was thrilled about because it was really rewarding to have around 20 people take some days off to go into silence, to go into meditation, and explore all those wellness practices I teach.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. So whereas a lot of people come along and say, right, I've got a product, I'm going to make money with my product, and I'm going to make this business. The way you looked at it, which is in my mind the correct way to do it, is the way I look at things as well, is I know I can help people because of my journey. I've got something that I know people need. There are people out there, like you say, there's people walking around, they're not happy, and you know how to be happy because you've lived with happy people. So you looked at it that I've got this that will help people. And then if that gives me an income, which it will do, because, what you give out comes back to you. And I think I see money as an energy anyway. So I think that, if you're putting energy out there, energy is going to come back to you, and money is an energy. So it's a way of paying for your services. But, yeah, so that's a great way of looking at it. And do you feel, because I know you keep things very simple. Well, I tell you what, tell us about your daily wellness, your sheet. What's it called? The daily wellness.
Daily wellness empowerment program.
Yes. Tell us
Yes.
about that. How does that work?
So it's a program and now it's an app that contains all of the best self-care practices I'm currently aware of. It draws mostly from the Buddha's teachings, lifestyle medicine, positive psychology, but also some exercises from the East, like there is a Qigong exercise, there is some gentle breath work. It's there are two ways to look at it. One is as a theoretical model that predicts the consequences of your actions on your well-being. Okay? So if you don't train your attention, you keep your attention in its default survival mode, with overthinking, never in the present, always trying to control our stuff, seeing life as a perpetual struggle. If you don't move, if you don't surround yourself with people who make you feel safe, seen, supported, if you lack purpose in life, if you eat lots of processed food or animal products, if you don't sleep enough at night, if you only live in a very polluted environment, all of those things together will increase your chances of suffering unnecessarily. And the opposite is true. The more you expose yourself to nature, safe, loving people. You learn to communicate constructively. You find purpose in life. You train your attention so that you can be more open, more light, your body more relaxed, allowing for energy flow. You move both in a way that strengthens your body and in a way that allows it to restore. It's not just one or the other, it's both. If you sleep enough at night, all of those things will maximize your chances of thriving in life,
Yeah.
physically and mentally. So when you have this theoretical model, you have something you can test. It's not blind faith. You can test, and over time, when you gain confidence that you understand better what are the biggest levels you can pull for your mental health. Uh, Now you're still free. You can still, eat the ice cream or whatever, but there are things you can do, and going through life like this is a totally different experience. Coming back to my psychosis as a teenager, a huge part of the suffering was the powerlessness, not understanding why the heck am I suffering like that. So much self-hatred, so much tension, so much suffering. um, and looking back, it's obvious I was doing a lot of things wrong. And now I can take care of my mental health. So that's empowering. That's why it's called Daily Wellness Empowering Program. So one way to look at it is as a theoretical model. The other way is as a checklist. So there's 10 items you can choose from. Um, Short morning routine with 2 practices, some sitting meditation and some strengthening movements. 6 overall guidelines during the day. So you have meaningful human connections, nature exposure, a more whole food, plant-based diet with no intoxicants, practice open awareness, and mental nourishment, which means being more conscious about how you use your devices. And then there's a short evening routine with 10 minutes of restorative movement, like some arm swinging, or it could be like a gentle breath work, and then trying to be in bed at 10. So in the app, which your audience can download for free, um, I um, you can first select the practice you want to do, because maybe you don't want to do all of them, and that's fine. And for each practice, you can create your own tiny concrete goals so that you make it relevant for you. And you can also check every day. You can share your progress with accountability buddy. And those are things that also increase our likelihood of actually following through with our goals,
Yeah.
following through with our awareness practice. Because it's not enough to have good theory. We also need to identify what makes it easier for us to actually do it.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, because you could have just written a book. You could have put all of that in a book, and somebody would have read the book and think, oh, yeah, that's really good. I'll do that. And then put the book down and they forget it. But because I think our brain likes a checklist. If we've got a checklist that we have to tick or put crosses on, we do it because your brain likes routine and it likes to see that you've done stuff. So it's like if you want to instill a habit, you can get one of those calendars, like daily calendars, where you can put a cross every day, and that works. It works amazingly for creating habits, because we just like to see those crosses. And if we have a space, we want to fill it in. We don't want to just have a cross here and a cross here in a big space. That doesn't work for our
Yeah.
brains.
So it's support. It's like a gentle framework, so people
Yeah.
can have the whole program in their pocket wherever they go, and they keep the big picture inside, and they can check every day. It should feel supportive, not like a new pressure. That's why I always encourage students to aim for very small goals, tiny concrete goals. Yeah,
Yeah. I like that. I do that as well, step by step approach.
exactly. And
And I always think, yeah, if you think of like going up a staircase, if you're at the bottom, you cannot drop, you cannot jump.
Yeah.
You cannot jump right to the top straight away. I mean, you might be able to, but most people can't. So you take one step at a time
Yes.
until you get to the top,
Yes, and
and then
that's
it's not.
very important, especially if we have any friends listening to us who are going through real um, difficulties, psychological issues, familial issues, whatever they may be,
Mm,
to take things one step at a time. And you know, in the Navy or some U.S. Special Forces,
mm-hmm,
regularly exposed to extreme situations, of course, and it's part of the tools they use is the self-talk. Where okay, now what's the next small step? So you don't freeze, you don't panic, but you
mm,
just one thing at a time. It could be
yeah,
calling a friend, it could be going out on a walk. It could be just lying down doing nothing for a while.
yeah,
There are so many
yeah,
small things we can do uh, that make a real difference in our mental health. And if we keep going, they become habits, and it snowballs. And before we know it, it's our lifestyle, and the quality of our well-being just keep going up.
definitely. Yeah. Hello, Halle. Sorry, start that again. My voice, my voice is going. I think. Hi, Ashley. It's lovely to see you here. Yeah, because I think if I mean I've told this story before, but I had a client who was so her mental health was such that she couldn't get out of the house, and she thought, well, what can I do? Okay, I want to go to the gym and I want to start working on my body and get fitter. She'd been through a divorce and it was quite messy, and she couldn't get out of her house. So what she did, we just took it step by step. So the first day she got her gym shoes ready and put them by the bed,
Yeah, it's
and
wonderful.
then she got out of bed, she put her gym shoes on, and then she took them off again and got
Exactly.
back into bed. But
That's
she'd
the thing.
done that one step.
Yes.
And then she just did little things like she put on a tracksuit as well, or something. And then she started walking to the door, and then she got as far as her car,
Yes.
walked to the car, and then walked back in again. And it was all like these little, and it took her about 2 weeks to actually get to the gym. But once she was there, she was so much better than if she'd have forced herself to go on the first day and been absolutely petrified of, what was going to happen to her.
Such a wonderful story, and it's a form of exposure therapy. So you
Yeah,
expose yourself to what you fear, but very slowly, and then you integrate, and then you can do a bit more. So when we walk at the edge of our comfort zone expands, and
yeah,
our world expands. And the hardest way to push at the gym is the front door,
yeah, definitely.
and it's not just the case for the gym, but for so many things
Yeah,
like help. There's help across some door, and we need to push it.
yeah,
If we keep doing the same things, we can only expect the same results. So
exactly, exactly. But you can only do like one little step at a time. Like if
exactly,
you want to get, if you're overweight and you need to lose weight, there's no point suddenly, trying to run marathons, because it's just not going to happen. You're just going to hurt yourself. So
yeah,
you just start by, okay, what's one meal I can change and make a little bit more healthy? Now, what can
exactly,
I add?
exactly,
So you're kind of adding things, but subtracting things as well.
exactly. And that's one thing I love with open awareness practices
Yeah,
is that when we open ourselves to the present situation, we start from life.
yeah,
We don't start from the idea things should be like this and I don't like that, and
mm,
no. First, what's the current situation? If
yeah,
you're, as you said, overweight, maybe going for a marathon is not the right thing. Maybe they just go for a walk or a fast walk, and so on and so forth.
yeah,
It's much more functionable. It's
yeah, yeah,
acceptance. So healing, it starts with acceptance. It's totally counterintuitive, but it starts with acceptance. Acceptance is not resignation. When resignation says things shouldn't be like this and there's nothing I can do about them,
mm,
acceptance is, well, things are like that. Now what can I do?
yeah,
How
yeah.
can I contribute?
Yeah, it's taking responsibility yourself, like you did, and saying, what is one thing I can do? This is where I am, because you've always got to start where you are. because your mind will want to look at what's happened in the past, and you'll start reminiscing about all the bad things that happened in the past, and you find yourself like completely lost then in the past.
Or the people on social media,
Yeah,
they're like this. It doesn't matter. Where are you?
yeah.
What's
Yeah,
your
so where are you now? What's the point you're at now? That's where you start. And
yes?
whatever it is, wherever you are, just be grateful for that point you're at, because there'll be somebody who is worse off than you.
Oh
You
yeah.
can definitely find somebody worse off than you. So be grateful for where you are, and then think, okay, what can I do today to move me forward? One little step. That's it. If that's just, I'm going to, instead of having this can of Coke, I'm going to eat this apple instead, or I'm going to have a glass of water instead.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting watching Netflix all evening, I'm going to go for a walk. Just little tiny, tiny things. They make such a big difference.
Yes. And one huge level is relationships, healthy
Mm,
relationships. Find happy people around you.
yes,
Find healthy people around you. Like actively look out for them, and then talk to them. Try to spend time with them. Um, there are positive habits that will influence you, will pull you upward, and you can ask them,
definitely.
what are you up to? How what do you do to be happy? I want to be like you. So you
Mm,
focus on what you want. You focus enough on what you don't want. Now please focus on what you actually want. Don't say I want to suppress the symptoms, I don't want to feel like that. Say I want to feel better. What can help me feel better? This is totally different,
yeah.
because now, and that's the philosophy of positive psychology also, by the way. It's a movement born in 1998 in the US. Before that, there were about 20 to 1 scientific papers published on problems, symptoms. How can we suppress the symptoms? And they decided to invest more money into researching human flourishing, happiness. And the wonderful thing is, when we focus on flourishing, on happiness, on health, well-being, not only we move toward becoming functional, normal, but we just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
do.
can beyond that.
But it's so difficult to get started for people, I think, because people have got so many problems these days, and there's so many things going on, and the media makes you feel like like the whole world's ending. And everything is so expensive, and like you say, people are walking around, they're so unhappy. It's hard to find people who are really happy. So I was going to say something
They exist.
profound that's gone out my head.
I just
Go
want to put that
on.
here, so they exist. Happy people exist. Healthy
They do.
people exist.
They
Loving
do.
people exist. Now, of course, nobody's perfect. There's no need to idealize anyone. It's not good for anyone. But there are people who are much happier than most of the people surrounding you.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
a grandma. It could be a cousin. Every time you see him, he's just so calm and friendly. Please find those people, spend time with them, ask them what they've been up to. If you're curious, I also encourage you to learn from science, from psychology, and of course there are many techniques. There are many therapies out there. Um, uh, of course, I have my own bias. I teach the best of what I know of. Other people will
Yeah.
teach the best of what they know of. The most important, just like in the beautiful story with Sue's coachee, is make a step, make a
Hmm.
small step. So you
Yeah.
break the fear, you keep going, and start with whichever wellness practice feels more interesting to you right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And the because there's quite a few, well, there's a few like things that people can use on your website, so your Substack page. But and they're free, aren't they? That people can just, like your wellness program, people can download that,
Yeah,
and
everything free.
you keep it absolutely free for people. So
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer really to join, be a subscriber to Promise.
Yeah. I just have 2 online workshops
Hmm.
per week, but now only teaching Spanish, and they're just €5 per month. Then I also
Okay.
have I do one-on-one coaching or retreats. I prefer to work with groups. Actually, I'll be flying to Cork in
Mm.
August to give a retreat. I'm open to give workshops or retreats in Europe if anyone's
Wow. So
interested.
anywhere in Europe?
Yeah,
Brilliant. Okay.
I can teach in French, English, or Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's Promise on tour.
Yes. We used to tour a lot. When I was a monk, I taught on 5 continents, uh,
Okay.
and we used to travel a lot to give retreats.
Brilliant. Okay. So, and is that the side of the business you're going to build up then, do you think? More the retreat side?
I like retreats. You know why?
Mm,
Because I I can teach whole groups, so it's more impact.
mm,
When I give one-on-one coaching is 1 hour, I reach one person. When I teach
mm.
a group 1 hour, I can reach 20, 50.
Yeah.
There's no limit. So I like retreats for the impact. Also, it's much more financially accessible, and also it's more rewarding for me financially, to be honest.
Yeah.
And on top of that, uh, there is the human connection, the energy that people create when they sit together. So that's also priceless.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when you get bookings for retreats, are you looking for maybe like a company to say come and work with our employees, or
I've
what
done
sort of people book you?
um, mostly Buddhist. So far,
Mm.
I've
Okay.
worked with CEOs in France, beginning of the years, because we have a friend in common who teaches breath work, and who's been connected to them for 20 years. And he pulled me in. We offered a retreat together. I'm actually creating a new website right now, so I can have like a more corporate vitrine if any
Mm.
company is interested in Madrid. Um, my goal is both to make all of those practices totally freely accessible online for anyone, whatever in Africa or Australia who has a phone
Wow,
should be
yeah.
able to access those practices for free. But also, I need to make it financially sustainable for me, of course. So that's why having a diverse offer, it helps me do all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that if for the people that can afford it, you would offer more, presumably, but then you have a different version for free. Would that be right? Or
I don't offer more quality.
okay,
It's more like tailored to their needs and in
right,
person. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, Sometimes it's strange. Like a few weeks ago, I had a woman book a one-on-one consultation, and I explained to her a bit that I want, because different people have different finances.
yeah,
So I want her to feel like she's making a meaningful contribution. She's respecting my time. She's supporting me also financially. But I don't want it to be stressful for her.
mm,
And that depends on people. So if a big company hires me, I will ask more. If someone who's just curious, they can come for free or very cheap or donation basis. So it's a mix. And it's a bit
yeah.
strange, but that's how I work.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant because what you're doing is you're making sure that everybody benefits rather than just
Exactly.
saying, okay, well, I'm only going to do the high ticket, which,
Exactly.
as a coach, that's what a lot of coaches do. They say, well, I only want high ticket, the rest of you can go away. I only want the high ticket people. And I don't believe in that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want
And
to exclude anyone, and I want everyone to benefit, me included.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
sometimes in spirituality, Sue, like some people, um, they have a very sacrificial mindset, like the more I forget myself in order to serve people, the better a person I am. But actually, life is in the other people, but life is here also. You have to please
Mm-hmm.
respect that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, the happier we are, the more we can help. So of
Yeah.
course, my intention is not to become rich, but I do want to have my basic needs covered, and because I deserve it. If I contribute to society, I deserve to make a living. There are so many people making tons of money doing crap for the world.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
People who help other people should make a living.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah. And yeah.
wellness or maybe coaching is a bit different now because it become more mainstream and accepted. But wellness, meditation, healing. Sometimes there's an idea that a good healer or therapist or meditation teacher is someone who totally forgets about themselves and 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 um, and is in perpetual financial struggle.
Mm,
I don't think that's fair for the individual, and I don't think that's fair for the world. We need to help
no.
the helpers too.
Yeah, yeah, and like I say, money is an energy as far as I'm concerned. So it has to flow. You can't just keep money to yourself. It has to flow. So if somebody's giving something to you, you need to give something back to them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have money, then give them something else.
Yeah.
Give them your appreciation, your you
Yeah.
know whatever you can give.
Yeah.
You might give them a referral or a review online.
Exactly.
Something, yeah, something.
Exactly.
Always give back.
So it happens both ways. So it's one of the big thing I'm learning to manage as I come back to lay life after spending all of my adult years in monasteries is the money. I had no bank account. I didn't know my social security number. I didn't know many things. I had to take it one step at a time. And so sometimes I it happened for me once. For instance, I spent 2 hours helping this person, and she made a donation, I think €10, and I know she has the means, so I let her know that you know I I don't feel respected in my expertise and supported in my life. I cannot make a living with $5 per hour.
Mm, mm,
It doesn't represent my expertise. So just to put a flag out there for her. But I also do the other way. So for instance, I have a couple of students who've booked many retreats and sessions with me. And so when they last time they booked a retreat, I say, hey, I just want to, I know you've been giving a lot, so uh, I just want to check how you're doing. I'm totally up. We can totally reduce the price for you. You should feel comfortable for you. So I'm trying to find this middle wedge where people are comfortable, but
mm.
they're also supporting me.
Yeah.
And so far, everybody understands and respects, and I'm loving it.
Good. That's brilliant. So yeah, so starting out as a 16-year-old who like really, thought of ending it all, who didn't know which way was up, couldn't find the help they needed, to move in to be with the happy people, as you said, to then taking that happiness out of the monastery and taking it out into mainstream lay life, and now giving back to other people. It's just brilliant what you've done. I think you've done really well, and you deserve everything you get.
Mhm. Thank you so much.
um, and yeah, I mean, you're helping to make the world a happier place, which that I think that's all we can do in life, isn't it? Is try and make the world a happier place. So you're doing that really, really well. So I definitely recommend anybody who is watching and watches the replay, if they haven't already subscribed to Promise, then do subscribe,
Mhm.
do download his app and work on it. Get it to however you want it. So, don't have it as this is what I've got to do every day now. Just do how you feel it suits you. And then can people get in touch with you if they find that something is difficult or they don't understand something? Are you easy to get hold
Yeah,
of?
I used since I moved into Spain a few months ago, I decided to focus more on my Spanish-speaking audience.
Okay.
So right now, I'm not giving online group workshops in English, but I do
Okay.
write everything in English. My app is in English, and I am available for one-on-one coaching sessions. Should anyone be interested?
Yeah. And I think there are a lot of Spanish people on here anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. On Substack,
Mm.
Substack is still pretty
Yeah.
English dominated.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend subscribing. And you're such a nice guy as well. And I love talking to
Nah.
you. Anything else you want to add before we finish off?
Um, are there any questions?
Yeah, we haven't had any questions. We haven't had any interaction at all, apart from Ashley and a couple of people saying hello. So, does anybody want to say anything or ask a question? People are quiet. Is that because it's the end of the week,
No worries.
or maybe we talk too much?
Um, Maybe I'll add a few words on confidence since
Mm-hmm.
this is the
What, me or?
of your publication. Oh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
What?
Actually,
What?
actually, what I could say is I've been working on. So I have a theme every month, and this month I've been working on negative self-talk, which seems to be an issue for everybody. So we've been breaking it down as to what it is, and how not to stop it, because you will never stop your negative self-talk. It's always going to be there. I've been looking at the reasons behind that, which basically is protection. It's an old program that's running that tries to protect you. So something happened in your past. That the example I give is, I did a painting at school when I was about 10, and that, well, probably younger than that, but 9 or 10, and the teacher held it up and ridiculed me
Mm,
for this picture, and I never touched a pencil, a pen or a crayon or paintbrush again for years because of what she said. Because every time I would think of doing something new, that scene of being embarrassed would pop up in my head. And so this is where my inner critic is trying to protect me in the only way they know how, which is to say, look, don't do that. This is going to be terrible. You're going to get it awfully wrong. You're going to be embarrassed again. Because it doesn't realize that that happened, like, I don't know, nearly 60 years ago now. It
yeah,
doesn't realize that. It thinks that this has happened a few minutes ago, and
yeah,
you're going to go through it again. So it's trying to stop you. So this negative self-talk, it's a natural thing. It's what everybody has. But the thing is, you don't have to run with it. You don't have to believe everything it's saying to you.
exactly.
You can just tell it, look, everything's okay. I know what I'm doing. And then it will back off. So yeah, so that's what we've been looking at. And I'm going to do, I was thinking of doing a workshop, but I'm going to do it because I love live so much. I'm going to do a live where I hope people will be a bit more interactive, where I go through, like, I'm going to call it something like Negative Self-Talk 101, from where it starts
Yeah,
to how you can manage it. So yeah,
awesome.
so that's what I'm up to.
Yes, there's seeing thoughts as just thoughts. It's called cognitive diffusion in
Hmm.
psychology. So you don't buy into the content of the thought. That's madness. When you
Mm.
see thoughts as reality, it's madness. When you see thoughts as thoughts, it's sanity. It's as simple as that.
Yes,
And just to identify, oh, this is a thought. Thank you
that's
for
it.
your comment. Um,
That's it. It's as simple as that. You're just distancing yourself from it.
Yes. So you train your awareness to recognize it's much more open than just the content of a thought that's very small. And the
Mm.
experience is very different. Let's say you're drowning in the middle of a river, everything is dark and oppressive. You push yourself to the surface, you swim to the bank, and now you dry yourself and you're observing the river. The river is still the same river, but the
Mm.
experience is totally different. In the same way, when you're drowning in the content of a thought, your experience is totally different than when you remember that you are the open space of awareness. They can see the thoughts coming and going, manifesting and dissolving, and you're still connected to the rest of the present moment. You're not lost anymore. You're safe,
Mm.
even though the thought is still there.
Yeah. I
And,
love that.
and
Yeah.
then, it's great to also uh, um, actively talk to ourselves constructively. One suggestion to you, don't have to take it, and that's your feel. But have you thought about um, have you thought about naming your the life constructive self-talk?
Yeah, I could do. I mean, I'm I'm up for suggestions.
I
Yeah,
think it.
that's a
I
good
think
idea.
I think it'd be better. So of course you can talk about the current situation with the compulsive, negative self-talk, but then you focus on the solution. Focus on the solution. Focus on solution. Focus on the
Yeah.
solution. And
Yeah.
the remedy is often the opposite. Okay, what next step can I take? Okay, this is my past. That's one story from 40 years ago.
Mm.
Now let me try, this, and nobody's gonna watch it. It's like the person who wants to go to the gym. Break it
Yeah.
step by step. There is a beautiful Tibetan proverb that says there is no problem that's so complicated that it cannot be divided into very small actionable steps. Break
Love
it
that as
into
well.
actionable steps, and it starts with self-talk. Let me try. Let me
Yeah.
try. That's a beautiful sentence to say.
Yeah.
Let me try. And then when you say "let me try," your world expands. Another thing that I found really helps with self-confidence is those daily self-care habits.
Yeah.
Because when you reach for the healthy food, when you go out in nature, when you do something difficult but meaningful to help other people, um, you're communicating to yourself that I'm worth it, and that life is worth it, and that's
Mm.
confidence also.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So, yeah. So Fatima says she likes the concept. It's
Mm.
just a thought. So she says thank you for the
Yes,
comment. And Brandon, hi Brandon, says that's a great metaphor. It is. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to steal that and use
it's true. No copyright.
it.
So when you're cognitively diffused, when you have a more open awareness,
Yeah.
thoughts behave less like tyrants and more like gentle suggestions.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, we don't have any more comments or questions.
Mhm.
So it's been great catching up with you. And I'm so glad to see you're doing well. I'm so glad to see the plan A worked. We didn't have to switch to plan
No,
B,
no.
which there wasn't one anyway.
Thank you so much, Sue. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting all of the friends and clients you're supporting. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Lovely to see you, and thank you everybody for being here. Lots of people, and thank you if you watch the replay as well. So lovely talking to you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.